2016. Brought to you by General Air Conditioning and Plumbing and the law offices of Jeffrey A. Weaver.
And welcome back once again to KMIR's Decision 2016 coverage. I'm Janet Zappala. We now are getting some very early numbers in with 3.8%. So very, very early of the precincts reporting. Take a look at the numbers there for U.S. Senate. Kamala Harris, she's doing pretty well, Hank, against Loretta Sanchez, Congresswoman.
And this is really no surprise. Kamala Harris, the state attorney general, was favored to win this pretty much all along, 2-1. But as Janet said, this is only 3.8% of the California vote in. So the night is young, but Harris with a very nice beginning to this race for herself.
And really no surprise,
That's
as you
right.
say. Yeah. All right, and we also have, there you go, Proposition 60, which was big in the news because a lot of people talking about this whether or not condoms should be required on adult film stores.
Right. This was put on the ballot by the AIDS Healthcare Foundation. They put in $1.6 million. Critics said that it would drive these films underground, and so far the voters are agreeing with the critics, saying no, but the night is early, as we've said, only 3.8% of the vote in, but so far no on that.
And that's one of many propositions. Look at this one, 61, state prescription pricing. We know that the big pharma companies spent a lot of money to try and beat this.
$109 million Big Pharma put in. And this would limit what the state can pay for prescription drugs. Also put on the ballot by the AIDS Healthcare Foundation, the same people who did the condoms measure. Voters not liking this so far, but very early in the vote.
Okay, Prop 62, which if it wins, would repeal the death penalty here in the state of California. But so far, again, very early results with only 3.8% of the precincts reporting.
Right. And this is the competing measure, which would keep the death penalty and actually shorten the process to get to the death penalty so that people are not on death row as long as they are. This one, so far being favored by the voters, it shortens the delays in carrying out the death penalty. This is backed by many law enforcement groups.
Whichever one gets the most yeses will prevail. Then there's Prop 64, recreational marijuana. Look at that.
And this was favored to win from the beginning. It would allow adults to possess an ounce and to grow 6 plants per house. It would tax the businesses at 15% plus sales tax.
And bring in a lot of money, right?
About $1 billion to the state. This is put on the ballot by Sean Parker from Napster, who gave it $3 million. You know, it's interesting that legalizing marijuana lost in California in 2010 by about 15 points or so. So it shows you how public opinion has changed on this. Colorado got, I think, $135 million in taxes last year after they legalized it. Alaska, the state of Washington also did well. It's probably going to win. I think it's probably going to win.
All right, we shall see. Thank you so much, Hank. You know, our Dan Ball has been following the races as well. Dan, what do you have for us at this point in time?
Pretty exciting night here in the newsroom. Of course, we're tracking the local races and a lot to talk about, but returns slowly coming in here in the Coachella Valley. A couple of the things that I've been monitoring and we'll get to in a second. You guys just going over some of the propositions, of course, and the local Senate or congressional race, but locally a lot of big stuff. Cathedral City, Palm Desert, Indian Wells, Indio, and La Quinta all had city council races, also mayoral elections tonight. There, of course, was that hotel tax in Palm Desert, the city charter issue in Cathedral City, CV Link, a big one. Again, those numbers just coming. We don't have them yet. We're thinking probably in about 25, 30 minutes, so closer to 9 o'clock, I'll be able to bring you some of those local results in those local races, and we'll have them right here in what we'll call our war room, the newsroom here at KMIR. So a lot going on tonight. It is a pretty historical night when it comes to the 2016 election. Guys, back to you in the studio.
Yeah, no matter how it goes, history will be made tonight. And Hank Plant, what do you think of the presidential race thus far?
Pretty surprising.
Yeah?
I think a lot of the pundits thought that Hillary would have this in the bag by now.
We shall see.
But Florida threw everything up in the air, so it's going to be a long night.
Yep, we'll see you back here in 30 minutes.